Um, I don't have anything planned. I don't even know if I'm going to post this on YouTube or if I'm just recording more for my own diary, journal, video journal. If I do post it on YouTube, I decided that I was going to start journaling again. But I really like this whole video thing because it just seems a lot faster and easier to talk about. That's funny. To talk about what's been going on versus writing stuff down, right? It reminds me of that texting issue that I got caught up in with that many people about, you know, texting about important information versus talking about it, right? I'm just seeing the similarities about journaling versus talking about it. There's limitations with journaling, right? There's limitations with journaling. One, it's time consuming. Two, it's a lot of paper to use, right? If you have a lot of thoughts. And a lot of trees. Poor branches of trees to make the paper. I'm sorry that my voice is a little hoarse, but I fell asleep. I needed sleep. Which brings me to another reason why I wanted to record. I wanted to record earlier. Because last night, my timeline, Christmas Day. My timeline, Christmas Day. So again, I don't know. Christmas Day 2020, I don't know if this is going to get posted, but I tried going to sleep last night. Every time I closed my eyes, it seemed like I would fall asleep because I was really exhausted. But I have something in my eye and it's not. It was bothering me before I went to bed, and then I was hoping that with going to bed it would go away, but it's not going away. And I feel like it's scratching my eye. Anyways, every time I closed my eyes, it seemed like I would fall asleep. No, it didn't feel like I'd fall asleep. I'd close my eyes and I would be in a club. It was 3 a.m. It was quiet, right? No sound. Close my eyes. I'm in a freaking club. I'm in a freaking club. The music is bumping. I'm seeing the lights. And I'm trying to wake up. And it's one of those dreams where you're trying to move even. Like you know where you are. I fell asleep on the couch again. I knew where I was on the couch. And I'm like, come on, you just adjust. Just move, you know, to get this image off my mind because it wasn't letting me sleep. The music was loud. It was bumping and I could feel the bumps, you know, when you feel the vibration of the sound moving and the music and the lights. And I'm just like, I know I'm in a club. Who's in a club, right? I'm thinking like, freaking, I'm picking up someone's energy while I'm asleep. I'm thinking this. Who's in a freaking club? Or dreaming of a club or something, right? Because I can't sleep. I was getting really frustrated. And finally I was able to wake up. Close my eyes again and back in the freaking club. So finally, I'm like, no, I need my sleep, right? Because I knew it was 3. So I put meditation on music, meditation music, my go-to, which is 555 Pure Soul, 555 Hertz, Return to Pure Soul, Positive Change on YouTube. I love that one. And I'll put the link below if I post this at all. So I put that one on, and that's the one I fall asleep, and I fell asleep, and it was good. And then my alarms go on. They go off at 5 a.m. and I forgot to freaking turn them off. So there I am awake on the couch. This because the 5 a.m. alarm is usually the music. So songs that woke me up, and song after song after song. I was like, okay, here we go. Here we go, he would say. I'm like, okay, I'm listening to the song after song. And then finally I'm up. Okay, I'm up. But it stuck with me, thinking like that was so trippy that I closed my eyes and I'm in a freaking club. This morning I did meditate. I woke up, got ready, really excited for the day. It's Christmas. Initially I was gonna go pass out cookies. I'd made cookies, right? I didn't get a chance to. I was running late. I did a few drop-offs, and I kid you not, I took coffee too because I felt my energy like going, you know. I didn't take anything in the morning, and I did a few drop-offs, and then I couldn't anymore, and I drove home. I did one more drop-off, and I came home. I didn't get to drop, but I figured maybe, you know, I'll hold on to them, pass them along as I should. It didn't plan out like I had hoped. The day, it is fine, you know, go with the flow. But during my meditation, I did the full spread. It's really interesting. It was really interesting. I'm starting to use 2 oracle decks. The Sacred Traveler one that MJ uses. There was something about that one that called to me. So I used that one for the top, for it to kind of speak to the storyline, right? Past, present, future. How I start the reading, what the universe says, and or how I end the reading. Then I ask for potential blocks, actions, and advice. And then clarification if there's anything I need clarification on. And then I used my original Oracle Sacred Earth Oracle cards, which were the first ones that I bought. I used those specifically for my higher self. So if there's something that my higher self wants to tell me personally, that's what I use as the way for her to connect with me. And it was interesting because it continued. It was like the past, present, and future cards, right? I forgot what were the first 2, but it ended with Mystic Healer. And then the 3 cards from my higher source kind of like supported the Mystic Healer one. So I thought that was really neat. And it tied into, I don't know if I mentioned this to anybody, but there was a coworker of mine who I shared this with, that I was doing this, and she connects with me on that level. She's like, I'm so grateful that you shared this with me, because I've been years going through something like this, and people have told me I'm crazy. I thought I was going crazy, and I shut it down. I shut it off. And I was encouraging her. She has such a beautiful light, such a beautiful energy about her. And I was trying to encourage her. I mean, I had all these ideas for her. I'm like, oh, you would be so great doing this animation, you know, like you speak beautifully in another language. Like, you should tap into that on a YouTube channel for kids, you know, like there's kids. I realized that in TJ in Mexico, they don't have a same system of mental health support. And I had a personal experience with a loved one who was really struggling to find good, you know, mental health support in TJ. And I was blown away that there wasn't really something. If anything, the closest thing to something was this, I think it was one of the schools in San Diego that would like cross over to provide some type of support. And they kind of did like an internship type of thing. And I just thought of this friend of mine, you know, colleague, coworker. I'm like, you should just do like your own YouTube 4 kids doing lessons. You know, she's so animated and such a beautiful soul. Like, you meet her and you just can't help but love her. And she's cried to me. It hurts to know that people trying to dim her light, you know. So I was encouraging her to not let anyone dim her light. And when I shared with her, it was one of my last sessions with her, and I shared with her what I was doing, you know, that I was leaving, and that I was doing this YouTube channel with hopes that it connects with people who might be going through something similar, you know, to help with making them realize that they're not alone, you know. And I think even more so because we're in a professional field, there's this sense of insecurity of like, what are my other professional colleagues going to think of me having some type of weird experience like this, right? Like, they think I'm gonna be freaking crazy. Or even just being vulnerable enough, you know, when you share your experiences with people that you think are going to support you, and sometimes they don't. You know, she talked about going to different church members and letting them know what she was experiencing, because her gifts were, I mean, what she shared with me, I was blown away by how strong her gifts were, to the point that other people, before she even believed them herself, other people were coming to her and said, I was led to you because you're going to heal me. I just need you to touch me and pray with me. And she took their word for it, more so out of, you have faith in me, your faith is stronger. And even my own faith in me. So I will do as you ask. And then she finds out that they're healed later on. Anyways, she has the gift of premonition. She shared with me, you know, just those challenges. And so I was in tears. I was in tears. One, again, to hear that someone was trampling her light. Two, relief, right? That my story is helping people. And then I was so grateful and appreciative that we were able to connect in this way, you know, because again, you build your soul tribe, you build your community, and I feel like I'm building mine little by little. I'm building my community of people, and I really believe her and I are going to stay in touch with this. But she also shared something with me about my future, and I was in tears. And it ties into, you know, what the oracle card said. Long story long. That's the only reason why I shared that message. But the oracle cards this morning that I pulled out actually talked about that I was going to be getting past life memories that were needing to be addressed and or healed. And so I'm wondering if that club scene had anything to do with it. And I know I mentioned wanting to do a past life regression. Those things are freaking expensive, one. Two, I was encouraged to not do any like over the phone, that it has to be in person. So I'm trying to figure out my finances and figure out if this is something that I really need to do now or if I can put it off a little bit. But I just wanted to share that because it was just, that happened last night, tripped me out. And then the morning reading, I feel like that's kind of where it's tied into. I have 2 minutes left before my battery runs out, so I'm not in the mood for a pause or unpause because my energy is really low and I just woke up. And I need to, this weekend is going to be really busy and it's the last week of work, so I have a lot of things I need to do. And I always find a way to keep myself busy, you know. Another thing I pride myself on, I'm never bored. If plans don't go as planned, I always find something to do that I enjoy. So I'm kind of glad that today didn't go as planned for that reason.